Hello everyone. Today, I, Long, and my teammate Nhật An will present to you our final product in the class computer organizations. It's called the 1 minute chess clock, and yeah, let's just start. So first, let's talk about why we want to do this chess clock. Uh, Although that there are a lot of chess clock product in the market, we just before this class we don't know how exactly they made it. So in this class, after learning about basic gates and some advanced gates, we decide to implement the design so that we can create it our own to understand the chess clock and also the finite state machines in general. This is our Finite-State machine design. First, we start a chess clock, and depend on which player will go first, the second player will press the clock, and the clock will start counting until the player that the clock is counting made a move and press the button. Then it goes to the second player, and the process continue. There are some special movement. For example, first, if the clock is paused because maybe in chess player want to make a draw agreement, then it will be in the pause state, and after the pause state, if the player press the button and we move to the resume state, we also have the reset. That is when, for example, the chess match, there's they're in the illegal positions and the match need to reset, so you can press the reset and move to the start again. And also in the end, we might move to the reset part in order to make a new match. And so the clock still counting, and it's depend on the time that we set. And whenever one player times it's up, it's moved to the end stage, and the clock will end. And we currently not implement any announcement that which player have run out of time, but you can see in the clock of the player that have the times of 0, they have end. This is our simple choose table because from the Finite-State diagram, it's if we made a full table, it would be really hard to see.
And
so
also really long, so yeah.
Yeah, so basically, we have the first player or the second player is counting, and whenever the button is pressed, so if for example, the second player clock is counting and the button is not pressed, then it still count. If it's pressed, then it moves to the first player, and vice versa. So that's basically our choose table.
So now I will show you how does the CircuitVerse demo actually works. So as you can see here, we have like three main modules or like circuits: the decade counter, the reversal, and the decade interpreter. So what the decade counter basically does is that it counts from 0 to 9, and the reversal is to make it count backwards because the decade counters from like count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but actually we need it to count down like 9, 8, 7, something. So that's the purpose of these two circuits. And the purpose of the decade interpreter is to simply take those signals and like interpret it and pass it into the like this 7 segment LED display for it to actually display the number we want. Let me temporarily reset it. So in a decade interpreter, um, here you actually if it was left to me to design it, I wouldn't be able to. But conveniently, CircuitVerse has a tools for combination analysis, which from when you can turn a truth table into a circuit. So yeah, and all so that's basically what I did for the decade interpreter and the reversal. So yeah, you can see here. As for the decade counter, I did have some like previous designs using like this counter gate. I don't know what to call it, gate, circuit, whatever. But in the spirit of like actually using the gates, the like very basic gates and stuff, um, uh, I was intending to like design myself, but then I found out about this design by Saranga. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Where, well, wherever you are, whoever you are, thank you very much. And so here, he has a like a fully implemented decade counter using basic gates. What I modified was just add to like see whenever the output is 0, because that's relevant to count like from like 90 to 80. You need to know when there's like a 0 so you can pass the signal. So yeah, that's basically it. So let's return back to like the main circuit here. As you can see, it's a very rudimentary design. The reset button resets everything back to 999999. And but if we let it run, you can see the clock starts to like counting down here. And let's say like this player has just finished his turn and press. Then you can see the other clock starts running. On this circuit, there's no way for us to like actually implement something like, you know, when it will end or things like that. But yeah, that's basically how it would work on a gate level. So yeah, um, I might put the links in the description of the video. So yeah, if you want to check it out, just go and click it.
Okay, so what I did was just reset it because, well, you have no idea how many times we tried to film this. So this button convenient on the Arduino allows us to reset the whole circuit. So I don't need to like actually implement a reset button. Just press here, and it's fully like reset. So how normally how a chess clock works is that if you imagine there's two players, one sit here and the other sit here. If this to start a game, this player press his button, and then the other player's clock will start, and so vice versa. So pay attention to the clock. You can see like there's like two segments here. I divided like four for like one player and the other one for the other player. So if I press the button here, the clock here will start. So it will look like this. You see, there are here like it's I suppose it's to your left. The left player
Right,
first.
to the right. Yeah. Right where the time is counting. Okay.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and if like for like this player just took a really long time and decided to play e4 and then he pressed here, then yeah, the other player's button start tickling.
E5.
And now, oh, e5, okay. And now this player just decided to blitz out king e2. And now this player decides to take a very, very long think. Because he don't know how to deal with it. It's too powerful for the move. Like the
Castle.
king, like the king is very active. And so like, in his scramble, he's confused, he don't know what to do, and then slowly his time runs out. So yeah, and whenever the times run out, this yells out. Like this little buzzer over here. So now the game ends with the player who played e2, king e2 wins. So yeah. And now if you want to start a new game to get a new session of like ass beating, you just press here. And say like this time this player press for this player to go first. So bam.
The revenge.
Yeah.
D4.
Okay, so
and then the game just started as normal. Yes, I suppose. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's it.
Yeah.
And also, if like during any of this you want to pause the game, then just press here. And press the big red button.
And then restart.
Then it will like pause the game. For like you like do whatever. And if you want to resume it, I know the wire is a bit hard to press, but press this white button. Okay. And then the clock will resume. So yeah, this player is tickling, and so let's switch to this one and pause. And when I resume, this should start like ticking again. So, see? Okay, so
sure.
that's it.
And
Just
reset it. Yeah.
reset.
Okay.
Done.
Amazing. Good job, em.